I made a mess, and Kim's in there cleaning it up. Let's go see why I made a mess. I told them apparently I made a mess. Let's go see.
So I want to show you guys the disaster that Ed has created. He had to take the ceiling down to get this wire that he pulled out from this hole when he took this one down to check the wiring. Now we have insulation and all kinds of mess. I guess you're wondering why I'm vacuuming. Ed made a mess. I'm going to tell you his way the story goes. It all started when we went camping and we came back. This light and these two lights did not work. So Ed checked the fuse panel and all the fuses were fine. So he decided to take this down and that down and see if it's any wiring. I'm going to show you some pictures of exactly what it looked like and what we did.
All right, so today we got a little project. Actually, it's going to probably turn into a big project. Basically, what it boils down to is I got to try to figure out these lights. I went into the panel box and I checked all the fuses, and we have one of the LED panel boxes that if it's got a red light beside each fuse or a fuse, that means that fuse is not working. I still took the fuse out and checked it to make sure all the fuses were good, and all the fuses are good. So obviously we have a broke line or something between this slide out that goes out the bottom of the slide all the way up towards the battery and junctions, and then comes back towards the panel. So what I have to do is I have to go outside basically and chase this wire and see what's going to go on. We did take everything down. We took this loose and dropped it to make sure no wires were loose. We took the little light above the couch down.
And he pulled the wire through, so we have to thread it back. You did pull the wire through when you...
I know I pulled the wire through. What she's talking about was when I pulled this wire, this down, and I had this down over here, I pulled on the wire, so the wire came loose from here, and it's now laying up in here somewhere. So basically I'll have to fish the wire from this light back over to that light when it's all said and done. All right, so obviously it's another day. Got my hoodie on. So here, another day in paradise. So here's the situation where we left off was, I knew I was gonna have to take some stuff down.
And he drops it.
You know, your trim pieces that come over your gaps. I had to take this trim piece off, and it has, for some reason, they think at the factory, if you put 5,000 staples versus 10 staples, it's better. I don't know why. So I had to take that down. This is the piece that goes across like that. And then I had to take the long piece down that goes to the front. And if you think 5,000 staples in this little thing, how many staples you think was in this bad boy? So that was my job for an hour to get the staples out of that. Anyway, back to the ceiling. After I took all the trim down, I had to get into the ceiling. And I'll tell you why I had to get into the ceiling. Normally you take this rod here and you put the wiring in, and I would go from this hole, you've seen the hole, all the way across to the other hole to fish the wiring. However, in this case, they put notches way over here. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with the notches. So you can see that's the notch that they put in the top of the slide for you to be able to get that little wire in. And that's what I'm in the process of doing now. It's just dropping this ceiling. I got the wire ran from here to here. So now I have to pull this wire through those little stupid notches and then fish it back to that hole right there. So I'm going to take care of that now. So what I'm doing now is I'm just hooking that light up to the wire, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect these. There's no power onto this side of the camper right now, so
There was power, and you got shocked.
I did get shocked. Anyway, so I'm going to tie these together. So I'm going to hook the power back up and then come in here and see if that light works before I get everything back together and it doesn't work and I have to tear everything back down, because that would be my luck. All right, here's the moment of truth. Didn't work.
So what is that reddish whatever box?
This loop?
Yeah.
I don't know. What if this thing? What if this thing opens? There's a fuse here.
What does that mean? That we didn't need to do all that? So people, this is a lesson to learn.
Oh my word.
If you have fuses outside, you probably should check them before you rip the lights out. All this work for nothing.
So mad right now.
It's kind of funny. Do we have another fuse?
We have another fuse. It's inside. Let me get the fuse.
Is that the new fuse?
I don't know. This one's the good one.
Make sure you put the right one in.
I'm gonna hear a lot of flack about this.
Are we going to check to see if the lights work?
I'm gonna go check.
All Ed needed to do before we went through this process is just check the fuse outside and the little box.
After all that work that we went through to get the lights rewired, dropping the ceiling, the trim, just all that stuff, turns out I like the lamp better. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we will see you next week.
And by the way, guys, tell us which one you like better, the lamp or the lights? No. It's in the way.
I don't know what it was running, but it's definitely red. Oh shit. Where is that wire? Anyway, I'll put one back here, one over there. So, in all my haste to get that wired back together, I forgot to label which one was hot coming into the camper here. So now, I gotta take that light back down. I don't have to. I could go out and hook everything back out up front, see which one's hot, but I'm gonna pull that back down. Yeah, I don't want to get electrocuted because I did that yesterday. So anyway, just want to put that out there. In all my haste, I forgot to mark the hot wires coming into the camper. Another great day.